What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the RosterWatch Mock Draft Show. We're going to be talking about the ultimate draft cheat sheets over at RosterWatch.com. We have the Superflex half PPR, we have the standard half PPR, and we have the PPR ultimate draft cheat sheets. Remember to go over to RosterWatch.com, subscribe, be a pro or a premium member so you can get those. We've been live a few times this week, Tuesday and Thursday with a podcast with Alex. Trashman was live twice this week, and this is our second mock of the week. Don't forget, Saturday and Sunday from 3 to 5 Eastern on Sirius XM Channel 87. I'll be live with Alex on Saturday, and Trashman will be live on Sunday. Again, that's 3 to 5, Sirius XM Channel 87. But today, we're going to be doing some more drafting using the Fantasy Pros mock draft simulator. We're going to be going through some sims using the PPR ultimate draft cheat sheet. We are working on version 4.0 as we speak. Of course, the first full week of training camp has been underway, and we are always on the way to improve and to upgrade and to always make better and make maniacal these ultimate draft cheat sheets. So we're going to be drafting today, again, using the PPR. We're getting ready for 4.0. We're doing some testing on 4.0. We're going to use PPR. We're over here at Fantasy Pros 12-team draft. We'll be drafting from the randomizer is going to give us the 5-hole, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 tight end, 2 flexes, 7 bench, of course, the defense and kicker. We'll be drafting against all experts using the composite, the ESPN, the NFL.com, RTS Sports, and Sleepers ADP for the seasonal, not best ball. Again, not best ball. And then we will also be using version 4.0 test number 1. So we're going to be testing this out as we go. Let's get under this bad boy. And remember to go over to RosterWatch.com and you can get the ultimate draft cheat sheet. Again, there's just a few simple rules when using it. Mark players off the chart as they are drafted. Select the highest remaining player, and if there's a tie, choose the player you like. So as you can see over here at the Mock Draft Simulator, we're going to go to Suggested. We're going to go Top Ranked, and that's going to give us our top-ranked players. And as you can see on Fantasy Pros, number 1 was Justin Jefferson. Number 2, Jamar Chase. Number 3, Jonathan Taylor. Number 4, Cooper Kupp. We're in the 5-hole. I do want to say, before I get going with this number 1 draft, we're going to be doing 2 drafts today. This one from the 5-hole. The next one, if you're in the comments on YouTube, please leave a comment. Let me know what spot you want me to draft from. We're going to be using the PPR 1QB Ultimate Draft Cheat Sheet on Fantasy Pros. So make sure you go over to the comment section, say, hey, Cody, I'm drafted in the 9-hole. Let's draft in the 9-hole. And we will do that in this next draft coming up right after this one right now. So let's get this draft going. Let's see what we got for the Ultimate Draft Cheat Sheet 4.0. It wants us to take Christian McCaffrey here at the 105. So we're going to go ahead and do that because it's Christian McCaffrey. And we're going to fall right back around to the 2.8. Josh Jacobs doesn't make it. Garrett Wilson goes right to 206. Kind of interesting. He fell a little. I mean, I wouldn't say he really fell a little bit. He's kind of going in that same area Garrett Wilson is after having a little minor tweak during practice just yesterday. We're here at the 208, like I just said, and the best available player is Tony Pollard, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And if you look at the Ultimate Draft Cheat Sheet, are Tony Pollard and Amon-Ra St. Brown on the same line? They are not. We had Tony Pollard equal to CeeDee Lamb, and Amon-Ra is just a little bit further down. So we're going to go ahead and go Tony Pollard here. Start out with 2 running backs. I'll pop the roster up over here so you can follow along as we go. We're going to start out with Christian McCaffrey and Tony Pollard, rounds 1 and 2. Now we're in round 3, and Joe Mixon, Travis Etienne, Chris Olave are at the top of the board right here, and that'll give us, again, a 3rd running back to start this draft right here. And that's a pretty strong start. That's a pretty strong start if you have to ask me. Now we're going to end up at 408. Lamar Jackson goes 405. Joe Burrow goes 403. Again, calf strain yesterday, not an Achilles, nothing serious. It seems like he's probably going to be in bubble wrap for the rest of training camp. Amari Cooper goes 4-4. TJ Hawkinson 4-6. Aaron Jones 4-7. We're here on the board at 4-8, and it's showing Miles Sanders and Deebo Samuel as the best players available. And because we have 3 running backs, I'm going to take Deebo Samuel right here. He's just a titch below. He's a titch below Miles Sanders right here. So we're going to go ahead and go Deebo Samuel as our wide receiver 1. We're going to come right back around to round 5, pick 05. Miles Sanders goes 5-1, Rachaad White 5-2, Christian Watson 5-3, Dalvin Cook 5-4, and that leaves us with DeAndre Hopkins and Jerry Jeudy as the best 2 players available. We're going to grab Hopkins here as our wide receiver 2 down there in Tennessee. Right back around to round 6.08. Michael Pittman goes 6'5", Alexander Madison goes 6'06. Darren Waller, who for my money, Darren Waller, I was really hoping he's going to make it to the 6A because Darren Waller is going to be a smash this year in the New York offense. You've seen the comments come out the last couple of days that he has been like the most targeted player in the New York Giants football team. This whole, I mean, there's not really a lot there. It's Isaiah Hodgins, it's Paris Campbell. Wan'Dale's not practicing right now. Like, there's really not a lot there. We've seen a little bit of Daniel Bellinger in practice now. Saquon's there, but I mean, we'll see what happens. I think it's Darren Waller, 25% plus target share coming in. Tony B, shout out to you in the chat. I see you just popped on. We're just drafting right here from the 5-hole in on a mock draft sim using the Ultimate Draft Cheat Sheet PPR version. We are at the 608. We got Christian McCaffrey, Tony Pollard, Joe Mixon. We got Deebo Samuel and DeAndre Hopkins at wide receiver, and it's telling us to take David Montgomery again right here. David Montgomery or Tyler Lockett. They're on the same line. So I'm going to go ahead because we have 3 running backs already. They're on the same line. It gives us an option. I like Tyler Lockett. I'm going to go ahead and take Tyler Lockett right here at the 608. Now, falling down to the 705, Montgomery makes it right back down to us, so we get Montgomery anyways. You love to see it. That's that first bench spot. That is our 4th running back. Now we are in round 8.08. Dak goes out the board 8.6. Michael Thomas 8.7. And at the 8.8, Dallas Goedert is in our lap. And we're going to go ahead and take our tight end 1 here in round 8. Going right back around to round 9. Brian Robinson was the first pick in round 9. Cortland Sutton 9.02. Jacoby Myers 9.3. And Zach Charbonnet at the 9.4. Now, the 2 best players on our board, well, actually, the 3 best players on our board are Devon Achane, Zay Flowers, and Kendre Miller. Yes, you heard it here first. That's rookie across the board as the best players available. Devon Achane is 1 step higher than Zay, and Zay is 1 step higher than Kendre. When you look at the ADPs, they all sit in the same area. Devon 126, Zay 125, Kendre 159. So we got to go ahead and we're going to take Devon Achane right here. I really want to take Zay Flowers. I'm not sure if he's going to fall or not. Let's see here. What I got? We got 3 running backs. We're doing some testing here. So I'm gonna go through my roster quick. So we got McCaffrey, we got Pollard, we got Mixon, we got Montgomery. That's 4. We got Deebo, Hopkins, Lockett. I think I'm gonna. Okay, we're gonna go Achane. We're gonna go Achane just for the sake of this right now. Oh, and they're gonna Kendre drop to us at 10-8. Okay, cool. So that gives us McCaffrey, Pollard, Mixon, Montgomery, Achane, and Sky Moore is right there. So we got Kendre or Sky Moore. Kendre's 2 spots ahead of Sky. Let's see here. We got 1, 2, 4, 5 bench spots left. I'm going to go ahead and take Sky Moore. So this is going to be a note I'm going to make. Sky Moore going in round 1008. He fell to me. I'm going to take Sky Moore here just because of how this roster is being built. We currently have 5 running backs already. We have Deebo, Hopkins, Lockett, and I think a Sky Moore sprinkled in here would – where did he go? There he is. Sky Moore sprinkled in here would really help this roster. We're going to go 11.05, and Kendre falls to us anyway. So Kendre was available at the 10.8. He was also available at the 9.5. We're going to get him here at the 11.05 for Kendre Miller. That one's going to be spicy. That one's going to be beautiful. That one's going to be maniacal, and that one's fucking awesome. Kendre Miller here at the 11.05. We're going to fall down to the 12.08. Again, we still do not have a quarterback. We have 3 more spots available on the bench. We're looking at Roshan Johnson. We're looking at Evan Ingram, Tyjae Spears, and we're looking at Jerome Ford. When I look down here at Evan Ingram, what level is he at? He's across from Rashad Penny. Roshan Johnson's 2 steps ahead of him. If we take Roshan, this will be the last running back that we take, and I really like Roshan, so I'm going to go ahead and take Roshan right here. But I think I need to write a prerequisite on Ingram. Give him a little, maybe he needs a little juice bump. I think this Jacksonville offense looks awesome right now. It's humming. Zay Jones does not look great, but Calvin Ridley looks fantastic. And I also like what Evan Ingram has shown us in practice so far. So I think Trevor Lawrence is connecting well with Evan Ingram. He's connecting well with Calvin Ridley. I think the Tank Bigsby looks good. Travis Etienne's made a few catches downfield. This team's going to be nice. I actually just booked a flight to New Orleans in October, Thursday Night Football, Jacksonville Jaguars at New Orleans Saints. Pretty hyped about that one because that's going to be a good game. I think the Saints team is going to be stacked. I think this Jacksonville team is going to be very good. And but anyway, back to the draft here. We're at 13.05. We're looking at Tyjae Spears. We're looking at Van Jefferson. and we're looking at Anthony Richardson. So Tyjae Spears is one step ahead of Van Jefferson, and Van Jefferson's equal to Anthony Richardson. Because of this roster, and I mentioned this before, I'm going to go ahead and take Anthony Richardson right here because we have 2 bench spots left. We need a quarterback, and I want that Konami King when we're talking about these 1 QB drafts. Then we're going to come right back around to round 14.8. We have two picks left, and we have 4 running backs on the roster. So I'm going to go ahead and skip past Tyjae Spears and Ty Chandler. I'm looking at Paris Campbell, and I'm looking at Jaden Reed. And when you look at the Ultimate Draft cheat sheet at Roster Watch, we're testing for 4.0 right now, and Jaden Reed and Paris Campbell are back-to-back. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to go vouch to Alex. I'm going to say, hey, man, I think we need to put up Jaden Reed just a titch, put him right ahead of Paris Campbell. The Paris Campbell buzz, we talked about this on Spaces just 2 nights ago. We talked about this on the Roster Watch podcast yesterday. I think Jaden Reed needs to be a titch ahead of Paris Campbell. Again, they're back-to-back right now, but it's Paris Campbell Reed right now. Paris Campbell, year after year after year after year, we've went into it. I want to sprinkle on some Jaden Reed right here. I'm going to take him right here in round 14.08. Again, these guys are back-to-back in the Ultimate Draft cheat sheet. We're testing right now for 4.0. You can go get 3.3 on rosterwatch.com today. Become a pro, become a premium member, and remember to stay tuned in and stay tapped in. We're going to be on SiriusXM tomorrow, Saturday from 3 to 5, and Sunday 3 to 5 as well, doing these sims. So that was 14.8. We took Jaden Reed, and then we're going to get down to 15.05. And again, we're left with Paris Campbell, Sam Laporta, Aaron Rodgers, or Irv Smith. So the question is, do you want to take a backup quarterback, having Anthony Richardson? Do you want to take Aaron Rodgers as that backup for the first couple weeks of the season? Maybe. Do you want to take Sam Laporta to back up Dallas Goedert? I'm good. I don't really want to have a second tight end at this stage. And then Paris Campbell is also there. Again, the reason you can also look at Jaden Reed and Paris Campbell, Jaden Reed's ADP was 205. Paris Campbell's was 232. So that also bakes into it the fact that we just got Paris Campbell here again. And I think I'm going to go ahead and take Paris Campbell here because generally I don't want to hold 2 quarterbacks. And with Aaron Rodgers being available right now, you can look at the rest of these quarterbacks. If we get closer to the season right now, we're looking at Rodgers, we're looking at Goff, we're looking at Russ, we're looking at Carr as quarterbacks that are available, Jordan Love, guys that I can pick up if I don't think Richardson's going to play. But if Richardson's going to play week 1, we're going to get that rushing upside, and we're going to play him. So what I'm going to go ahead and do it, I'm going to take Paris Campbell here. So we're going to end up with Jaden Reed and Paris Campbell, and then we're going to auto-draft the rest of this bad boy. And that's going to give us our, oh, baby, look at this draft. Woo! I think this thing's getting dialed. 98 out of 100 on the consensus. We got Anthony Richardson, Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, DeAndre Hopkins, Dallas Goedert, Joe Mixon, Tyler Lockett. We got the Denver defense and Tyler Bass, David Montgomery, Devon A-Chain, Sky Moore, Kendre Miller, Roshan Johnson, Jaden Reed, and Paris freaking Campbell. That's a 98 out of 100. Let's see how the fantasy pros did us right here. Derek Brown gives us a 100. Andrew Erickson gives us a 98. I'm going to take a screenshot of this because this is a beautiful, beautiful draft right here. And then Joe Pisapia gives us a 98 out of 100, and Pat Fitzmaurice gives us a 98 out of 100. I'm starting to sweat because I don't think I could have done that any better. That is a beautiful draft. Shout out to the Ultimate Draft cheat sheet at RosterWatch.com. You got to go stay tuned in. You got to stay tapped in. Look at this roster, man. McCaffrey, Pollard, Mixon, starting out robust RB, and then getting Deebo, Hopkins, Lockett coming to back-to-back. We didn't take a quarterback until round 13, and we snagged Anthony Richardson. And remember, I mentioned the quarterbacks that were available when we took these 2 receivers right here. None of them went. Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love, Derek Carr, they're all still available in free agency in these 17-round drafts. Again, just remember that when you're in 1 QB, you want to take that dart on Anthony Richardson because it is the moon as far as the landing goes. Let's go back here. Let's do another draft. Back to draft settings. It's going to be hard to really top that one. That was pretty fantastic. I don't see any comments picking a draft position, so we're going to go ahead and pick from the 10 spot here. Again, we're going to be PPR Snake. We got 1 quarterback. We got 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 tight end, 2 in the flex, 7 on the bench, 1 defense, 1 kicker. We're using all experts as the rankings, composite, ESPN, NFL, RTS, and sleeper as the ADPs. And we're going to go ahead and use the currently tested PPR 4.0. We're going to start this draft up right here, right now on Roster Watch. I've always wanted to say that one. But we're here on Fantasy Pros. We're going to update this top ranked players, and we're at the 10 hole. So last time we were at the 5 hole, and we did get Christian McCaffrey at the 5 hole. McCaffrey in this draft goes 1. Ramondre Stevenson goes 8, Travis Kelce goes 9, and the Ultimate Draft Cheat Sheet PPR version wants us to take Bijan Mustardson here at the 10 hole. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now and pop up the rosters for you. And we're going to come right back around to the 203. Nick Chubb, Stephon Diggs, and Tony Pollard is available right here at the 203. I'm going to check Tony Pollard out really quickly on the sheets. Tony Pollard is equal to CeeDee Lamb. So here's the big question. I like both these guys. Who do I like better? Do I like Tony Pollard? Do I like how this roster is going to shape around if I come back around to get running backs later? I get the option. They're equal. For this sake, I'm going to go CeeDee Lamb right here. I trust CeeDee Lamb. I think this offense is going to be potent. And we're going to come right back around to the 3.10. And the best player available is telling us to take Aaron Jones or T. Higgins. Aaron Jones is 1 tick ahead of T. Higgins. So we're going to go ahead and take our second running back in Aaron Jones. The 4.03 gives us Amari Cooper or Jahmyr Gibbs. Amari Cooper is 1 tick ahead of Jahmyr Gibbs. Amari Cooper just started to practice today, doing a little bit of run through, hasn't really practiced a ton, but we're going to go ahead and take Amari Cooper right here. So we're going to start with 2 running backs, 2 receivers, Bijan Robinson, Aaron Jones, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper. We're at the 5'10". Darren Waller goes off at 5'8" in this one. Remember last time he went off at 6'7", I think it was. Rashad White goes 5'9" in this one. And our best available players are Drake London, David Montgomery, and Tyler Lockett. So Drake London is 2 spots ahead of David Montgomery, and he's the wide receiver right above Tyler Lockett. Now, it does scare me to have 2 weapons in this Atlanta offense, but because of the sake of this build, we do need a couple receivers. I do like where this is going. I think Montgomery's probably going to make it back around to us. We've talked about James Conner. I'm going to make another note about James Conner here because this isn't a bad area to start looking at James Conner. We're at the 5'10". I would like to take Conner probably at that 6'3". So 5.10, I'm going to make a note, 603 in this area. I'm going to go ahead and take Drake London because that's what the draft sheet tells us to do. And we're going to come right back around to the 603, and it's Montgomery, it's Lockett, and it's Conner. So Montgomery's right there. Let's see where we're at. According to the draft cheat sheet, Montgomery is equal to Lockett, and Montgomery is 2 spots ahead of James Conner. We do have Bijan. We do have Aaron Jones. We got 3 receivers. It's time to take that running back. Let's take David Montgomery right here. But I'm going to make a note about James Conner because James Conner does need a little bit of a bump because I'd like to get a little bit of James Conner in these exact situations. All right, so we got 3 running backs. We got 3 receivers. We're coming back around to the 8-3. 8-1 is A.J. Dillon. 8-2 is Jackson Smith and Jigba. And we have, like I said, 3 running backs and 3 receivers. The best player right now is Antonio Gibson, our favorite. And he's 2 spots ahead of Jordan Addison. So we're going to take our 4th running back right here, and his name is Antonio Gibson. He's going to be the second player. Sorry. Oh, did I take James Cook? What the hell? It skipped me. We took James Cook at the 7-10. All right. Well, I missed that one. That one definitely skipped past us. We took James Cook at the 7-10. Then we just took Gibson at the 8-3. I apologize for missing that one. I think I clicked that one way too fast. But that does give us now 5 running backs. That gives us 3 receivers. And now we're here at the 905. And that gives us Devon Achane and Zay Flowers, the same situation we were in during the last draft. I'm going to scroll down here and see if these guys are close to each other. Zay is 1 spot below Devon Achane. If we take Devon Achane, we're going to be done at running back, I think, because we have 5. Or we can make a note on Zay Flowers to bump him up 1 spot. I think we need to bump Zay Flowers up a spot and have him equal to Achane right here. I'm going to go ahead and take Zay Flowers here, and I'm going to make a note for Alex. I love Zay. And I think that, if you don't love Zay, you got some problems. Kendre Miller is here at the 10:03. We love Kendre, ADP of 159. Sky Moore, ADP of 157. And if you're looking on the cheat sheet, Kendre Miller, 2 spots ahead of Sky. I'm going to go ahead and bet on both of these guys being on our roster. I'm going to take Kendre first. Oh, and Sky doesn't make it back. All right, so that is our last running back is Kendre Miller. That is RB6. Kendre Miller here at the, I think it was a 10, was it the 10 what? 10:03. Now we're at the 11:10, and we're looking at Roshan. Evan Ingram as our number 1 tight end. Rondale and Tua. I'm going to go ahead and take Evan Ingram because he's right below Roshan. ADP of 79. We're getting him here in the 11th round, 10th pick overall. It's pretty insane value. That's about 130th overall, 131st overall. I'm going to go ahead and take Evan Ingram right there. We're going to go fall to the 1203. We're looking at Roshan, Rondale Moore, Tua Tagovailoa, and David Njoku. So we got our tight end already dealt with. Tua is just a couple spots below Rondale and Roshan. Looks like Roshan is on the 61st line. Rondale is on the 67th line. Tua is on the 69th line. So I'm going to go ahead and take Rondale right here. And that gives us, let's see here. That gives us Bijan, Aaron Jones, David Montgomery, James Cook, Antonio Gibson, Kendre Miller. And then that's going to give us CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Drake London, Zay Flowers, and Rondale Moore. I like that, how that build looks. And then we're going to get to the 13th round, 10th pick overall. And our man, Anthony Richardson, falls to us at that 13-10 right there. We're going to go ahead and take him. Love that. And we have 2 more bench spots available to fill. And Van Jefferson stares us right in the eyeballs. We're going to take him right at the 1403. And we're going to take our last wide receiver here at the 15-10. It's either Paris Campbell, Samuel Laporta, or Irv Smith. And like we ended the last one, we're going to take Paris Campbell here at the 15-10. And we're going to auto draft these last 2 picks for the defense and the kicker. We get Justin Tucker. We get New Orleans Saints defense. This roster, again, is loaded. 95 out of 100. This baby is humming. Shout out to Alex Dunlap, who's been building the PPR draft cheat sheet right now over at RosterWatch.com. Pro and premium members can get this right now today. Anthony Richardson, Bijan Robinson, Aaron Jones, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Evan Ingram, Drake London, David Montgomery, Justin Tucker, New Orleans Saints defense, James Cook, Antonio Gibson, Zay Flowers, Kendre Miller, Rondale Moore, Van Jefferson, Paris Campbell. Again, this team, this cheat sheet is so dialed in right now. It's not even funny. Again, 95 out of 100 right here. Pisa Pia gives us a 98. Erickson, 97. Derek Brown, 97. And Pat Fitzmaurice, 96. You need to go check this out over at rosterwatch.com. We're going to be live tomorrow on SiriusXM Channel 87. Don't forget that. We're going to be doing a fantasy show from 3 to 5 Eastern tomorrow. And then Trashman will be with Alex on Sunday, 3 to 5 Eastern. Remember, 3 easy steps to the Ultimate Draft cheat sheet. Cross the players off as they go off the board. Pick the best player available. And if it's a tie, pick the player you like. RosterWatch.com. Check it out today. I am Cody Carpentier. You can find me on Twitter at CarpentierNFL. Stay tuned in. Stay tapped in every single day of the week on Sirius. Boots on the ground at training camps coming up over the next 3 weeks. Myself, Byron, Trashman, Alex, we're going to be live. We're going to be out there. We're going to be getting you the actionable content because we are maniacal fantasy football content, and that is never going to end. Shout out to you guys. Stay tuned in. Appreciate you.